Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am here with the Ball State Rocky Horror Shadowcast, here with Olivia, Cody, and Angie. If you guys could give them a big round of applause and welcome to the show. And so, I guess my first question would be, what exactly is a shadowcast? And does it disappear when I turn the lights on? Like, how does that work?
Well, a shadowcast is when you have the movie playing behind you, and then you've got the actors doing the same thing that the movie is doing right in front of it. Very Inception-like.
Okay, I like that. And so you're Olivia, and you're the director.
Yeah.
And then this is Cody, the assistant director. And then this is Angie, and you play Dr. Frankenfurter?
Yes, that is correct.
And Dr. Frankenfurter is usually played by a girl, correct?
No, Dr. Frankenfurter is usually played by a guy. But the thing is, he is a guy dressed as a woman. So it's kind of like more Inception-y stuff because I am a woman dressed as a man dressed as a woman, so...
Okay, so a bit of a thinker.
Yes.
So you guys are doing the Shadowcast, and so that pretty much means you do these performances in front of the movie. And isn't it true that there's a lot of audience participation with that as well? How does that work? Do I just like jump up there and join the Shadowcast, or?
Well, we love audience participation. That's something that makes our show so special. And there are these things called call-outs that people just shout out during points of the movie, usually in reference to what's happening on the screen. And it varies all throughout the country, and everyone has these different call-outs. But yes, we also have little packages of things you can throw during the movie. So things like rice, there's usually water guns involved and other things like that. So it's very immersive, and it's just very fun.
So you can just go to this movie and you can scream at the screen and no one will yell at you for it.
Oh, please, please, don't be quiet. If you are quiet, then something's wrong.
All right, and so you guys, you play the characters in the show, and they all have kind of crazy costumes, right?
Yes.
Because obviously you're playing a man, playing a woman, playing a man, playing a woman. And then I believe you said you were backstage, you were playing Rocky this year?
Yes, I am.
So Rocky is, if you could explain for those of us who've never seen Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Rocky is basically Dr. Frankenfurter creates life, and he creates this beautiful tan blonde man who actually can't speak, only sing. So he's born in a tank in the beginning part of the movie.
You know, actually, tan blonde man was what I thought the first time I looked at you. So.
Right.
So you play that, and then you play Frankenfurter, and you're just directing, correct? Or assistant directing?
No. I'm assistant director. My duties, well...
A little bit of salt there.
Yeah, no, I am not director. That is her job. So I'm tech crew. I'm usually backstage. I help with just making sure everything is running smoothly.
All right, and so I'm imagining if you're running alongside a movie and you have people squirting guns at you and throwing rice at you, it can kind of get crazy. Have you guys, is this your first year doing this, or have you guys all done something like this before?
This is, Angie and I have been doing this for all 4 years here in campus. Cody joined the cast last year. And I've been involved in my own Shadowcast in my hometown since I was 16. Oh. But yes, we've been doing it all these years, and we just had our last performance on Saturday, so it's always fun trying to get around the rice, not fall on it. We've had that happen multiple times.
Oh, that doesn't sound fun at all. So with a play, when you're on a cast, it kind of changes every time. Do you still kind of have that happen if you're following along word for word with a movie, or? You
know, something always happens. Either a prop doesn't get on stage or someone's in the wrong spot, but usually we try and get it as movie accurate as possible. Angie is phenomenal. She can make her face look just like Tim Curry's. It's really incredible and scary.
You should put that on a resume.
I do put on my resume that in fact I do look like a man from time to time. I don't know if
I
it's
put
the
that on
eyeliner
my
or
resume
what.
too.
Oh, cool. We have so much in common. So.
And so you guys have been doing this for a while. What is your favorite part of the show?
My favorite part is definitely the audience participation, because that's what I feed off of. Because the thing is that when you're practicing the show over and over again, it could get monotonous and stuff like that because you know what's coming next. But when you have an audience, then you don't necessarily know what they're going to say next, what they're going to throw, how they're going to participate. And I always like to feed off of it because some audiences are a lot more fun than others. Because this past weekend, we actually had 2 shows back to back. Our first show had more people, but they didn't really interact with us as much as the second show where there was less people, but they were loud, they were rowdy, they were actually interacting with us, they were talking to us and yelling at us. And that's probably my favorite part, is that even though we're running, trying not to trip on rice, wearing 6-inch heels, then they're still there to just kind of pep us up and to just have fun.
And for you guys?
I would say my favorite part is that this show really opens you up. Like, you know, you start out, you come to college, you may be a little open, but you're very closed. Like, you know, you don't wear risque clothes all day. You know, you don't dance around on a stage all the time. But you come here and you're around people who, you know, you realize it's okay. You know, you're doing this for fun, you're doing it for entertainment. And it's a huge booster for giving you, you know, allowing you to do those things.
Exactly. Mom,
Opening
if
you
you're
up.
listening. But for you?
My favorite part is definitely just getting to work with the wonderful cast I have. I've worked with so many different casts, and it's always a challenge working together. But this year, we just have a great cast of people that are really dynamic, really want to get involved, want to push the limits of the show, and really make it something special and different.
All right, so you said you have a great cast this year. How do you actually get your cast? So I'm assuming they have to try out in some way. How does that work?
Yeah, we have auditions at the end of the spring semester, and then when we start the year, we have any other spots. We hold auditions to fill those, and we really encourage freshmen to join as ensemble members, because then they do the show for a year, and usually they come back, try out for a bigger role, and they become really the lifeblood of our organization.
Well, if you're watching, guys, and you're coming back to Ball State next year, be sure to try out for the show, because it sounds like it's a lot of fun as long as you're okay at avoiding rice and heels. Speaking of heels, we actually have a package we'd like to show you guys about dating advice, so why don't we go to that? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a great night. I'm glad you all could come out and spend the night with us. And I've had an absolute blast. I know I've had fun. I hope the shadow cast of Rocky Horror Picture Show has had fun. One last time, let's give it up for them, guys.
It's astounding. Time is fleeting. Madness takes its toll. But listen closely.
Not for very much longer.
I've got to keep control. I remember doing the time war, drinking those moments when the blackness would hit me and the void would be calling. Let's do the time war again. Let's do the time war again.
It's just a jump to the left.
And then a step to the right.
With your hands on your hips.
You bring your knees in tight. There is the velvet crust. It really does you insane. Let's do the time war again. Let's do the time war again.
It's so dreamy. Oh, fantasy, free me. So you can't see me. No, not at all. In another dimension. With voyeuristic intention. Well secluded. I see all.
With a bit of a mind flip.
You're into the time slip.
And nothing can ever be the same.
You're spaced out on sensation.
Like you're under sedation. Let's do the time war again. Let's do the time war again.
Well, I was walking down the street just a having a thing when a stinky big guy gave me an evil wing. He shook me up, he took me by surprise. He had a pickup truck and the devil's eyes. He stared at me and I felt a change. Time and nothing ever would again.
Let's do the time war again. Let's do the time war again.
It's just a jump to the left.